In this video, I'm going to show you the best cell phone plans you can get in 2023. There are so many options out there that can often feel overwhelming, but today I'm here to give you the definitive list of phone plans at all data amounts and price points. I've been reviewing phone plans since 2020, and in that time I've learned so much about the different choices for carriers and how this industry works. It's something I'm really into, and I make videos all about it, so if you want to stay up to date on the latest stuff in this field, be sure to subscribe. Now, to give you a quick rundown on how phone plans work, there are three major networks in the US: Verizon, AT&T, and T-Mobile. They buy network spectrum from the FCC and build towers that connect to that spectrum. This is then provided as cell coverage to customers, but because of the expenses of building a network, these big three providers sell expensive unlimited service to customers, and this is what most people in the US use. But it's not for everyone. Some people can't afford service that's $90 a month, or they don't want to sign 2 or even 3 years of their life away to a carrier contract. So to get a lot of people using their networks, the big three carriers lease access to their network to smaller carriers that are called MVNOs. MVNO stands for Mobile Virtual Network Operator, and they're basically smaller providers that buy access to the big networks from the big carriers, so they use the same coverage, but because they don't build their own network, they can then pass that saving down to the customer for more affordable and contract-free service. You may have seen MVNOs before without even knowing it. Mint Mobile, US Mobile, Straight Talk, Boost Mobile, Google Fi, and Ting are just a few of the hundreds of MVNOs out there. And then on top of that, the major providers themselves will also tap into this more affordable plan market because it's pretty lucrative. Some examples are Verizon's Visible or T-Mobile's Metro. But alright, there are so many MVNOs out there, so it can be complicated to choose just one. But that's where I come in. By the end of this video, you'll have found one or maybe a couple options for the perfect plan for you. Now, when picking a plan, there are three main things to consider, and the first one is coverage. In the US, there are three major networks: Verizon, AT&T, and T-Mobile. And no matter what your budget is or what kind of plan you want, you can get one of these networks. If, for example, you're already on the Verizon network and you really like it, you can switch to a plan with the same coverage on the Verizon network, but you get a more suited and probably more affordable plan. And if you're not satisfied with your current network, you can switch to one that's better for you so long as your phone's compatible. You can usually check that on the website of the carrier you want to switch to. To find out which network will work the best for you, pop your zip code into the awesome site CoverageCritic.com, where they'll give you network quality scores for the best ones near you. Now, another thing to consider is how much data you need. Most people just don't know what they use in a month, so they'll settle for an unlimited plan. But you usually don't need an unlimited plan. To check how much you need, I've dropped an amazing video in the description from fellow YouTuber Stetson Doggett, and he'll go through the whole simple process of checking your monthly usage. So go to that video linked below, and when you're done there, come back here to find the best plan for that amount of data that you need. If your usage is above 30 gigs a month, then that's where I recommend looking into an unlimited plan, which I'll get to later on. But finally, the last thing to consider when choosing your plan is the features that you'll need. You shouldn't pay for stuff you aren't using or don't care about, so consider what's important to you. Do you need mobile hotspot to share your connection to other devices? Or do you need high quality video streaming? Or do you need device financing? Usually whatever you need, there's a plan for you. So with that, let's get into it. I'll be dividing the plans in this video into 4 sections. Light user plans with 8 gigs of data or less that typically cost $10 to $20 a month. Average user plans with 10 to 30 gigs of usage from $20 to $40 a month. The best value unlimited plans starting at $40, and the top tier pro unlimited plans for obscenely high prices. You can use the timestamps below to skip to whatever part you want, but with that, let's jump into the best plans for the light user, where I'm recommending US Mobile, Boost Mobile, and Mint Mobile. On the Verizon network, US Mobile dominates the budget segment of the market. For just $15 a month, you get a solid plan with 5 gigs of data. On top of that, US Mobile gives you priority data, so if a lot of people are using the Verizon network at once, you won't get slowed down as much. Typically, plans with priority data are really expensive, but not here. US Mobile will also let you stream video at a crispy 1080p Full HD resolution, and if you want hotspot functionality, you can add $5 a month to get it. You can also get this exact plan with 15 gigs instead of 5 gigs for $20 a month, and if you're able to make that little jump in price, it is totally worth it. Note that this 5 gigs is hard capped, so when it's used up, you are done for the month. And that's why I really recommend going up to that $20 15 gig plan if you could, so I'm giving this 5 gig option a 7 out of 10 rating. Now on to Boost, who offers 5 gigs for $14 a month. It's a good deal for that amount of data, and with the AT&T network for coverage, you really can't go wrong. This plan, however, does require you to pay for a whole year of service up front, but the whole plan still renews monthly. Additionally, you can download the Boost One app to earn points for potentially free service, which is a decent addition. For all of that, I'll give this plan a 7 out of 10 rating. And you already know my top pick for the T-Mobile network is Mint Mobile. For just $15 a month with the same yearly pricing as the Boost plan, you get 4 gigs of data. and while that's a little less than the other two, Mint Mobile gives you a very premium experience with uncapped video streaming quality, an app that's actually quite good, and full network access, unlike other T-Mobile plans I've tried. However, if you've got an extra $5 a month or $60 a year to spare, you can bump up to 10 gigs of data, which has 2.5 times more data for just a sliver more. So given that you can get so much more data for only a little bit more money, I'll give this option a 7 out of 10 rating. And finally, as a little honorable mention in the light user section, we've got Mobile X. They're a completely new provider, actually started by the original founder of Boost Mobile, and they're offering a very interesting business model with this kind of pay-as-you-go model. I've been testing them out for a little while, and what I've actually found is their speeds are quite a bit slower despite being on the same Verizon network as Verizon themselves. And given that they're still in beta testing, I really wouldn't recommend giving them a try right now, maybe a bit later on when they publicly launch. So for now, Mobile X gets a 5 out of 10 rating from me. But that brings us to the average user plans with quite a bit more data. And if you have that extra little bit of cash to spare over the light user plans, then these are totally the ones I would recommend jumping up to. First up here on the Verizon network is none other than US Mobile, and once again, I just really love US Mobile, offering prioritized network access and high quality video streaming for affordable prices. And with this plan for $25 a month, you get 25 gigs of data. If you need to save a little, you can step down to 15 gigs for $20, but I don't think that compromise in data allotment is worth only $5 of savings, so I'm giving this 25 gig option a 9 out of 10 overall rating. Again, I really just love what US Mobile is doing. Now for the AT&T network, we actually have two options. First up, we have Boost Mobile, and this one was a close one. I initially intended to give this spot to Boost Infinite, who's owned by the same parent company and offers a super similar plan. But after making a video comparing Boost Mobile and Boost Infinite, I concluded that for most people, Boost Mobile is a better call. You get 30 gigs of data for $25 a month with some pretty basic features, and yes, they call this plan unlimited, even though it actually is not unlimited. Once again, it is just going to be 30 gigs of data, but that's still a really good amount for $25 a month. Your video streaming is capped at lackluster 480p standard definition, but that's not a super huge drawback, and you can use all of your 30 gig data allotment as hotspot data to share to other devices if you'd like. And just like the other Boost Mobile plan we looked at, you can use the Boost One app to earn points towards potentially free service. So given all of that, I'm giving this Boost Mobile plan an 8 out of 10 rating. And my other AT&T pick for the average user is AT&T's own prepaid $25 plan with 16 gigs of data. It's not as much as the other providers, but this plan does give you a more premium set of features with prioritized network access and 4K video streaming, both of which Boost Mobile lacks, so this plan is getting an 8 out of 10 rating for me as well. You really just gotta make the trade-off between whether you want a slightly more premium experience and less data, or if you just want more data and a still decent experience. And finally, for the T-Mobile network, we've got Mint Mobile. You know I love Mint because of their super low prices and great quality service, and for $30 a month, you can get 35 gigs of data with yearly pricing. However, unlike Mint's other plans, you are compromising in video quality, which is still limited to 480p on this plan, and you can only use 5 gigs of your data as hotspot data. Still a great option, worthy of an 8 out of 10 rating. But now we've made it to the value unlimited plans, where my top picks come from Visible, US Mobile, Cricket, and Metro by T-Mobile. Visible on the Verizon network delivers exceptional value with their top-of-the-line Visible Plus plan at $45 a month, with 50 gigs of prioritized network access, or always prioritize network access if you're on 5G ultra wideband. This plan also includes unlimited hotspot usage, which you'll nearly never see elsewhere, but these speeds are capped at 5 megabits per second. Although you'll probably get a bit more speed than that, given they don't seem to strictly enforce said cap. Overall, it's a good deal, so it gets a 7 out of 10 rating from me. Another option on the Verizon network is US Mobile's best plan, Unlimited Premium. It's not actually unlimited, it's 100 gigs, but that's definitely more than plenty. All of that usage is prioritized, you get high quality video streaming at 1080p and 50 gigs of hotspot. Plus, if you're signing up with a family plan, you get some cool extra perks of your choice that add pretty decent value. It all adds up to an 8 out of 10 rating for me, and a better pick over Visible as long as the 100 gig limit isn't of concern to you. And on the AT&T network, my top pick is Cricket. For $55 a month, you get a plan with always prioritized data, 15 gigs of hotspot, and some extras like a free HBO Max subscription and 150 gigs of cloud storage. Cricket really gives you an amazing deal with a great network, and the extras sweeten the deal even more, giving Cricket's More plan an 8 out of 10 rating in my opinion. And finally, for the T-Mobile network, we have the cheapest value unlimited plan featured here, Metro's $40 unlimited plan. The company offers other more expensive options, but they're really not worth it in my opinion because they don't provide much extra value. For $40 you get the essentials, including 35 gigs of prioritized network access, low quality video streaming, and T-Mobile Tuesdays, giving you a little reward every Tuesday in their app, but I really see Metro as just kind of everything you need and nothing you don't, which is fine for 40 bucks. But when I got this plan, I was also unknowingly signed up for a $10 premium service bundle that brought my bill up to $50. So to get your bill to $40, you have to disable that add-on in the app. That is pretty easy to do though, and I made a whole video going over that process. And we can easily look past that given the great value that this plan offers, so it gets a 7 out of 10 rating from me. But finally, it's time for the top tier Pro Unlimited plans if money is no object to you and you just want the best that's out there. And before I show you my actual top picks in this section, I'd like to point out that the true best plans that the industry has to offer would come from Verizon, AT&T, and T-Mobile's business options. If you can successfully sign up for a business account on one of those, that will be the best you can get. But I imagine most people don't own a business and can't get one of those options. So at the consumer level, these are my 4 top picks. On Verizon, I'm choosing their $90 5G Get More plan because despite the high price, it is undeniably the most uncompromised Verizon network experience you can get. So I am giving this plan a 7 out of 10 rating just because again, it is just about the best you can get on Verizon from their consumer options. I went with a similar mentality for AT&T with their unlimited premium plan for $85. Just like with Verizon, the extra $10 a month you spend over the lower tier offering does go a long way, and I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10 rating because strangely Verizon still caps their video streaming quality at 720p even on their $90 plan. Meanwhile, AT&T gives you full access with uncapped video streaming. And with T-Mobile, both their lower end Magenta plan and their highest end Magenta Max plan are great deals. But Magenta Max is the most featured one, and it opens up doors to get you T-Mobile's best deals that are exclusive to this plan. So Magenta is probably the best deal if you're bringing your own device, so I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10 rating, but if you just want the best from T-Mobile and you want the best deals from T-Mobile, then you're going to want Magenta Max, which I'm giving an 8 out of 10 rating. And with that, we've officially made it through the best plans of 2023, and thanks for sticking around. If you found this video helpful and you think someone else would as well, be sure to share it with them. And to never miss another video just like this one on my channel, be sure to subscribe with notifications on to never miss my next video. And with that, I'm Max, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.